On the right here, or your left, we have Lee, Eddy, and Macon Blair. Macon's undercover, he was the dad. And then here we have Tony, screenwriter, Brittney, producer, Jessi, who played Laurel, and this is Luke Pebler, the editor.
Awesome.
And this is Buck.
And of course, Felix.
And Felix.
Yeah. So Micah, there's a lot of there's a lot of independent filmmakers out there that make a lot of different types of movies, but it takes a very special type of filmmaker that chooses to make a film that is for both adults and for kids. Can you tell me a little bit about what drew you to making a film that has an audience of all ages?
Well, thanks. Yeah, Tony and I started with this idea, and we, in the same way that you said it, there are a lot of great films, but there are a lot of films that are kind of, edgy and darker, and we thought, I think there's space for films that are joyful and that people of all ages will enjoy. And so it's really nice to see. Yesterday we had a ton of kids in the audience. Today we have parents, we have grandparents, and it's just wonderful that people of different ages can enjoy this movie. So that was really intentional, I think, on our part.
Is there anything particular that drew you to this subject matter of a child whose best friend is their imagination?
Yeah, I think all of us really sort of have touchstones with summer camp and the experience of sometimes you're on the inside, sometimes you're on the outside. And and this kid Thomas gets to kind of just go through this experience of growing up and figure out what's the place for my imagination in a world that may not be welcoming of my imaginative tendencies.
That's an awesome answer. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the audience real quick to see if you guys have any questions. And if you guys don't, I have plenty more. Yes?
Where was it filmed?
Where'd you guys film this movie? I think I saw New Braunfels in the credits.
Yeah, we filmed in New Braunfels, Texas, Spicewood, and then on the border of Louisiana and Texas in Caddo Lake.
Caddo Lake is such a spooky area.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's very spooky. Yeah, but it's very magical and beautiful, and it looks like a completely different terrain. And we had a lot of really great support out there from the locals who really welcomed us, and we're really eager to sort of share, to display their land in a really magical and I think sort of beautiful way, as opposed to being sort of spooky, which I think is how it gets used a lot in other kinds of,
That's a great word. Oh, great, I love it. Yeah, and then you next, okay?
How long did you spend filming, and then how long in post-production?
So how long did it take you to make this film?
We shot for 25 days in the rainiest month. We shot in May of 2015. I don't know if anybody remembers that month.
It was like this for 15 days.
Yeah, 25 days. And Luke, do you want to talk about editing?
Yeah. I had the great pleasure of coming on to the project after there was already an assembly. And so it was just Micah and I, and we worked together for, about a month, I think, to kind of tighten it up and just make sure. The thing I really was drawn to about the movie is how emotionally complex it is, and I think that's one of the really great things about it. I think that the portrayal of the kids being, fearful or friendly and struggling with his own emotions, that's what makes the film really stick with me. So, mostly we worked on just kind of fine-tuning all those emotional moments and, putting a final polish on it. But, it was so much fun because there was so much there already.
Yes.
A comment first. That scene where he falls into the water and then starts to gag, I felt myself gagging. I thought y'all did a great job on that. Fear of the water things, and that was great. And I wondered if somebody could speak a little bit about the animation with the lights, the stars and the fireflies, and I feel good about that.
Yeah, so if you guys want a little movie magic, you guys are at a film festival, so you get the inside track. We shot a lot of this movie in what's called day for night. And so a lot of our scenes were daytime, and then we turned them into night. We did do a lot of stuff at night too, but because there's so much night in the movie, we used some tricks. And one of the tricks we used is when we would shoot during the daytime, we would have this, so the sky is just a big white sheet, and then we did, in post-production, we turned it into a night sky with stars. And that's definitely as hard or harder than it sounds.
I have a question.
Yes. Yeah. How about you?
How you made the monster?
How did you guys make the monster?
That's a great question, and kind of one that we like to answer too. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Where the Wild Things Are. Have you seen that one? It might be a little. Have you seen that one? Yeah. So.
I was really young.
Yeah, back when you were a kid. I got it. Yeah, so the woman who built those costumes, she built this costume for us. And so there's actually a guy inside there. And he's a big guy, he's about this tall, and he played football. And so he looks really big with the kid next to him.
A big like to that little card scene.
To
about
here?
here?
Well, with the whole costume on, yeah, it's about as tall as that. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's pretty big. You're welcome. All right. I saw another question up here. Yes.
I was just curious, how much of the music was original?
Yeah, the entire, all the music is original. We licensed maybe 3 or 4, the opening credits, the closing credits, and then there's one in the middle. But the entire score is original. Our composer from Los Angeles was here yesterday, and very proud of him. He did just excellent work. I've known him for about 15 years.
I have another question.
Do you mind?
Of course not.
All right.
It's a two-part question. He'll continue.
Does it snake in a movie shadow? Is it a scary monster?
That was a scary monster, wasn't
How
it?
you made the boy and I said the actor is after watch.
It was scary to watch.
Yeah. Can we?
That's a great comment, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you guys like it though? Did you like it even though there were some scary parts and?
It was not scary at all.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Some of us might disagree. I got a little scared.
This gentleman had a question.
Yes. Thank you for your patience.
So the little boy in the movie was great. Where did you find him? How did you get him into the movie, and what's he doing now?
Yeah, great question. So we were really fortunate. A lot of us are based in Austin, and we worked with a casting director named Vicki Boone who did the movie The Tree of Life. So a lot of people like to bring projects to her, and that's how we found Macon and Lee, who are married in real life and play the parents, and then Bryce is from Dallas originally. And Bryce, the main character, so he was on set every day, 25 days. We were his first big movie, and the day that we wrapped, Disney flew him to Los Angeles, and he's basically had a career ever since. He was in the movie A Dog's Purpose. He's in a Disney show that's in its 2nd season. He's one of the 4 stars, and he's in the movie Wonder with Julia Roberts. It's coming out this fall. So and he was here yesterday too. He was in and out for about 12 hours.
How old is
Wow.
And he was 10, he was 9 when he auditioned and 10 for the movie, and he's now 12.
Very cool. Do you guys have any more questions?
Where does the movie go from here?
Yeah. What's next for the movie?
I'm answering all these, is that okay? I'm sorry. We don't. So directly from here, next weekend we play at the Sarasota International Film Festival, and then we play, it'll be announced tomorrow, but we'll play at the Mechler Film Festival in the New York City area, New Jersey, and then we're talking to distributors. But actually, I'm glad you asked that question, because if you like this movie a lot, you guys, this weekend, you are literally the first people to see this movie. And so you can actually do a lot for us just by, if you liked it, just tell your friends, vote for it, things like that. But if you really liked it, you can actually do the most for us just by telling people that you liked our movie, and we're trying to get on the radar of other folks.
So there's ways to do that online, right?
Yeah, so our website, intothetwhoknows.com, and you can join our club if you want, and we'll tell you when we come out, and we'll tell you when Felix is available and things like that. And also Facebook, Into the Who Knows on Facebook.
So I know you guys have a few more questions. I'd like to invite all of you guys. Oh, do you guys have one more?
Could I ask one question?
Absolutely.
I have a question for our actors. I know that this was a sort of a different film than other stuff we've seen you guys in. So do you want to talk about what it was like to work on like a children's film?
Yeah. You go ahead. My hands are full.
It's totally different from the usual R films that I'm in. On set, I had to watch my language a lot, and but it was, I don't know, I had a great time. All of the young actors were incredibly professional, like more professional than I was in some instances, and just a delight to work with. But maybe you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, no, I was really looking forward to the change of pace. It was a lot of fun, and I was looking forward to having something that I could take my own kid to. I apologize for the ongoing disturbance. He got really freaked out when Felix and Thomas got separated, and he was disturbed by that because I think he conflated it with his real life because he saw mom and dad up there, and he was like, "Is that me? Am I lost?" So, which is just good, that's just good filmmaking. So.
I slept through the whole thing.
Oh, okay. All reactions. There we go.
Yeah, and.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I was a dance teacher, and all of the films I'd done in the past were like PG-13 or R. And so I tell the parents, I'm like, don't go see it with your kids. Like, just go and see it, and thank you for like wanting to show them. But with this one, it'll be really cool because I'm finally like, take all of your kids to it. Like, it's safe, it's really fun, and it was such a blast working. And when I read the script, I went into the audition and I was like, first off, I cried at the end. This was amazing, and it was just such a fun and awesome experience and a really, really cool project, as you can see. So.
Awesome. So, like I was saying just a moment ago, I'd like to invite all of you guys out to the lobby to continue this discussion with Micah and his cast and crew. Thank you guys so much for coming out. There's so many more movies today, so go see more movies, and don't forget to turn in your audience ballot and help support this movie. Awesome.